We constantly accuse Iran of supporting terrorism. We constantly accuse Iran of being a rogue terrorist state. Well, who is a rogue terrorist state in this case with the Stuxnet virus that we just had learned of? That was Iran was devastated with a reactor. This reactor in Iran, the Bashar reactor, is now unstable. It's not very stable right now, and it's still trying to get together. But yet, again, we constantly demonize Iran for trying to make a nuclear program for nuclear power, such as lights and electricity for homes, businesses, factories, infrastructure units, and so forth. Government uses as well. But yet, once again, the state of Israel, which is exempt from any world criticism, along with United States elements, probably with Obama's overlooking this matter, and proceeds with this terrorist attack on Iran. And we are constantly stating that Iran is sponsoring terrorism. Iran is a rogue terrorist state. They have never attacked the United States. They have never attacked Israel in any way. But yet, when Israel, or United States for that matter, has the same Stuxnet attack on Iran to disrupt their nuclear program, and deliberately done to destabilize Iran's nuclear reactor, which is dangerously done, to say the least. We constantly go about arrogantly and state that big deal. We could do anything we want. Israel is exempt from any world criticism. And again, we constantly, not only to Iran but to other nations, but I'm sticking with Iran in this case, because this computer virus was intentioned to disrupt and destroy and destabilize Iran's nuclear program, which in part it has done to a great deal. Now, what if Iran would retaliate? What would Iran retaliation do? If Iran would retaliate to Israel on this cyber attack, to its own cyber attack, will we consider this a terrorist attack on Israel? Or if Iran chose to attack the United States computer systems, will we consider that an attack, a terrorist attack from Iran for retaliation of the Stuxnet virus? If so, why isn't that when Israel and the United States in collaboration attacks Iran with the Stuxnet virus to destabilize Iran's nuclear program, why isn't that considered a terrorist attack on a nation once again has never attacked America, has never attacked Israel. But Israel and the United States, confirmed from the New York Times, was confirmed by the New York Times, not Al Jazeera, not from a Muslim state or a newspaper which is less Western, but from the New York Times, confirmed that the United States collaborated with Israel on formulating and orchestrating the cyber attack on Iran's nuclear facility. And Russian officials once again confirmed, I'm going to repeat it to you once more time, the Stuxnet virus has caused extensive damage to the Bushehr reactor, which is a reactor in Iran, leading to the risk of a new Chernobyl-style nuclear disaster, according to Russian officials. The Russian scientists report to the Russian government, a copy of which has been seen by the Daily Telegraph, and concludes that despite performing simple basic tests on the Bushehr reactor, the Russian team cannot guarantee safe activation of the reactor. Now, is this only a danger to Iran? This cyber attack which Israel has caused and attacked Iran in this terrorist style attack? Is it only a danger to Iran? Again, nuclear radiation is a gas that spews out, which is when a reactor explodes or what have you, melts down and releases this gas, and it goes around. Who knows where the winds will carry this? Now I want to ask you once again, if Iran retaliates, would they be considered a terrorist act on Iran part in retaliation? Would Iran be considered a terrorist state? Would Iran be considered, with their actions on retaliation, would their actions be a terrorist action? If so, why not say that Israel and the United States, in collaboration with the United States, had a cyber terrorist attack on Iran? If we constantly state that Iran is posing a threat on world peace by building a nuclear program, which they constantly state which is for peaceful means, if Iran is constantly demonized by this, and we're so worried about this, well, we should understand one thing. We, the United States, is the only nation that has used nuclear warfare on another country, and that was in Japan, to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We, the United States, is the only nation that has used nuclear warfare to destroy two major entire cities and kill hundreds of thousands of people. And yet we don't consider our actions as being a terrorist action. We consider it to be a part of a war to end the war.